Hey guys, C-Man235 here, back with another video, and by the look of my shirt, you probably already know what this video is going to be about. Yes, this is about the new Captain America movie. I saw it over the weekend, and by the way, I know the Smash Brothers discussion is not actually out yet. I will be uploading that after I upload this. And so, there you go, look for those if you want to. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. What did I think of the film? Finally, a Marvel film that not only stands on its own merits, but is also just as good as Iron Man. Yeah, it's a really good film on its own. Anyway, I guess I should go over the other films quickly. Iron Man is a fantastic film. I think it's the best. I still think it is the best standalone Avengers prequel kind of film. Alongside this, I actually think this new movie, Captain America the Winter Soldier, is tied with Iron Man. I'm going to say that now because this is a really, really good movie. But I like Iron Man a lot. Incredible Hulk was okay. Probably the best that a Hulk movie's ever going to be, you know. So, there you go. I'm glad we actually, you know, I like Incredible Hulk. I'll watch it every now and then. There's nothing that really sticks out that's memorable to me, but I at least say it's an okay film. Then we got Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and they all have tons and tons of Avengers setup. Now, with Iron Man 2, it's probably the worst example of it. Iron Man 2 has the worst example of setup. Now, I do like Iron Man 2, let me stress that now. Unlike a lot of people I know, I actually like Iron Man 2. I don't know why people hate it so much, but I can get the reasons why people at least say it's not as good as the first one, or it's not as good as the third one, though people don't like the third one because of a certain plot twist that I will get to when I talk about that. Thor, Captain America, they were origin films. So, you know, well, Thor wasn't really so much an origin film as much as it is just a film about Thor learning a valuable lesson. And, you know, I really liked Thor, and I like Captain America, despite a lot of problems with the first Avenger. It was still an okay film, it was still a good film, I still liked it. You know, Chris Evans is a great Captain America, and he does really well in this movie, and I'll get to that. Avengers, what do I need to say that hasn't already been said? It's the Avengers. I can't really say anything else. It's a fantastic film, one of the best superhero films I've seen, my personal favorite superhero film. And then we have Iron Man 3, probably the most controversial out of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, mainly because of that one little plot twist and other reasons, but mostly the plot twist. I liked it. It tried to, like, after Avengers, I wanted the films in Phase 2 to, like, do their, like, you have your established characters, do something with them, and add more to the universe you're making through these films, leading up to Avengers 2, obviously. Like, don't give them origins, obviously, you have the main characters you need to focus on, and gave them origins and everything, but make some really awesome stories with them. In this movie, they do that. In Captain America, the Winter Soldier, they do that. Iron Man 3 tried, and it didn't really do so well. Now, I still like Iron Man 3. My problems with the film are not the plot twist. I'm gonna say I didn't mind it, because I never read Iron Man comics. A bunch of people got really pissed off at that, so, yeah, I don't blame you. This, like, unlike Iron Man 2, where I see, like, well, why do you say this is a bad movie? I understand it's not great, but, you know, it's not as good as the first one, but, you know, it's not that bad. And then, you know, and then people say that Iron Man 3 is the biggest piece of shit ever. Like, I wouldn't go that far, but I can see why you at least hate it. You know, I didn't mind the plot twist with the Mandarin, of him being an actor. Thor: The Dark World, I liked it, but at the end of it, it didn't really go anywhere. It just felt like another run-of-the-mill Marvel film, which is fine. It was fun. It was memorable at the very least. The action scenes were pretty cool. It was a fun movie. But that's really all it was. It was a fun movie. Well, I went with my mom to see Iron Man 3 because my mom was a big Iron Man fan. She liked the first two movies, so she just had to see that one. Thor: The Dark World, I went to see with my friend. And I brought my friend again to see Captain America the Winter Soldier, and we both really enjoyed the film. If I can get my friend over here and he can talk about the film, then I will if he wants to, but I don't know when that's going to happen or if it's going to happen, so don't hold your breath on it. Captain America the Winter Soldier, finally, this is the kind of Marvel film everybody's been waiting for. kind of stuff where you have your established characters, do something with them, you make some really, really awesome Marvel films, and this is that movie that starts that, and I hope it continues with the other films. I hope it continues with the Captain America 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. I hope it continues with, pretty much every other Marvel film. What is the plot of Captain America? Well, I'm not going to give major spoilers, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I am going to spoil some things. Captain America is trying to adjust to society after he's been frozen in ice for years, after the Avengers. This is set, 2 years after Avengers, I believe. He's in this whole new world. One of the things I really like is he actually has a list of things he has to write down, and he has Star Wars and Star Trek on there, and that's just kind of funny to me. I don't know where the hell he's going to start with Star Trek, though. Star Wars, I can see him just watching the movie. Star Trek, yeah, you're going to be completely lost. What series do you start with? What movies do you start with? There's 2 series of it. Then there's Next Generation. Oh, God, I don't want to fucking know. He sees that SHIELD. They're making tons of weapons to stop tons and tons of crimes before they happen. Well, not crimes, but, wars. Any bad.
Look out the window. You know how the game works. Disorder, war. All it takes is one step.
We're gonna neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen.
Thought the punishment usually came after the crime.
SHIELD takes the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be.
This isn't freedom. This is fear.
Anyway, now that you have all seen that clip, now I'm going to explain the rest of the plot while stuttering. I'm not very good at plot summaries, I'll just have to get better at that as I go along. The rest of the plot is, Nick Fury is later targeted by tons of people, like the police. He's targeted by an enemy known as the Winter Soider. And of course, Nick Fury gets away. He goes to Cap's apartment, and Cap finds Nick Fury there, injured, beaten up, and then Fury gets shot in Captain America's home. Nick Fury dies. Quote unquote dies. He comes back later on. Again, spoilers. You've been warned. Nick Fury dies. There's no way they're gonna kill Nick Fury. Now, Nick Fury tells Captain America to keep this data that Black Widow recovered during a mission that Cap and Black Widow went on, and keep it safe, because it's very it's very secret information. Captain America is now an enemy of SHIELD.
Hail Hydra.
I swear to God, that's the last clip I'll use. Maybe one more. Play it.
You are failing!
And also, if you remember that asshole guy that wanted Tony's armor in the courtroom in Iron Man 2, and he also gave Tony his medal at the end of Iron Man 2, he's actually a part of Hydra. That's actually a really cool tidbit. He is actually a part of Hydra. I don't know if it's the exact same character, but, it's the same actor. I know that. In terms of the cinematography for the film, special effects, practical effects, whatever, cinematography in general, it actually looks really good. They try and restrict themselves from using as little CGI as possible, and they have some very good stunt work going on. Some of the stuff they do is obviously a CG Captain America, but it doesn't really take me out of the experience. It looks good all the same. Obviously, when the shield is being thrown, it's CG and all that, but I don't care. It looks so cool. The action scenes are definitely one of the best parts of the films, as well as the story, because even though I explained it in really crappy detail, with my crappy story summary, but yeah, the story is really good. That keeps you engaged. But the action scenes are awesome. You have car chases, you have chases between 2 characters, you have fist fights, you got tons of fights in this film. You got tons of action, and a lot of it is very well choreographed. This is some of the best action in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's history, Avengers included. The action is just so good. And the Winter Soider is awesome. I'm going to say that now. In fact, I should get to the characters and cast. All the casts do what they need to do. All the casts do really, really well. The villains are awesome. the Winter Soldier is awesome. He's a really badass villain. Sadly, I don't really think the title should be Captain America the Winter Soldier, though. Reason why, the Winter Soldier, while he is a really good bad guy, he's a really cool bad guy, he's not the main villain. There's another villain that you'll see in the movie, and that's revealed at the third act. And it's like, it really shouldn't be called that, because he's not in it that much. We don't really know much about him. We know that he was taken after he fell off of, off of the train, in the train sequence in Captain America the First Avenger. It is explained why he survived. He was frozen on ice like Captain America, only, But we don't really know much about him. I'm sure we'll learn more about him as the movies go on and he appears more. Who knows? I would like to see a Winter Soldier movie. Wouldn't you like to see that? I would like to see that. I think you could carry out a movie. And in terms of the other characters, Chris Evans does his best performance as Captain America. It's even better than in Avengers and Captain America the First Avenger, the first movie. He does a really good job. He plays the role of Captain America very well. I was very impressed by that. And Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson does great as well. Samuel L. Jackson does his best performance as Nick Fury in this. A lot of best performances here. Mary Hill, she does her job as well. Yeah, all the characters, they do what they're supposed to do, and the roles are really well done. And of course, there's the new guy that I'm sure will be joining Avengers in the Avengers and Avengers 2. It is Falcon, and I'm sure he'll become a fan favorite. I forget who the actor is, I'm sorry. He just does a really good performance. He works well with Captain America. He's not like the war machine for Captain America, kind of. Only with falcon wings instead of a suit of armor like Iron Man. He gets more fight and he gets more action sequences than War Machine or Iron Patriot. That's a really stupid name, by the way. Iron Patriot. I don't like that name. He gets more action scenes than Rhodey throughout the entire time it was War Machine. Falcon gets more action scenes. And this was just one movie. Oh, they better have a War Machine movie, too. Or at least put him in Avengers 2, or Avengers 3. That works, too. But finally, Falcon, we don't get to see too much of him fighting. I mean, there is a lot of Falcon in the film. He's just not, with the Falcon the whole time. But we do get some really good action scenes with him, and I think the action scenes are longer than... because we didn't really get any action scenes with War Machine in the suit, with Rhodes in the suit, and for that, maybe, 3-minute action scene in Iron Man 2. I almost said Captain America 1. But he is, Falcon has some really good action scenes, and also he's a really great character. He works well with Captain America. The banter is hilarious. The three characters, Falcon, Black Widow, and Captain America share some really good banter with each other. And Black Widow and Captain America have some really good chemistry. The banter is just hysterical, but it also feels real. These characters feel real. Even Captain America feels real. Everything about this movie works. Now, one thing, I like that they didn't call it Captain America 2, because this doesn't really, it's a Captain America movie, without a doubt, but it feels different than the first one. The first one was a World War II superhero action film. This one's more of a conspiracy, spy espionage action superhero film. That's awesome. I think that works. It definitely does work, actually. Whatever works. The story is really good. The surprises are really good. It's just a really impressive film, and I'd recommend everybody go see it. Great dialogue, great writing, great story, great characters, great action, definitely. Great villains. It's just a really good film. It's just as good as Iron Man. I wouldn't put it up as good as Avengers because, but there's no real reason to even compare that because it's motherfucking Avengers. Of course it's not going to be as good as that. We have all the heroes in Avengers. We only have one in Captain America, but who cares? Captain America, the First Avenger, is a really good film. And it works as a superhero film, works as a spy espionage film, works as an action film, it works as a Captain America film, it works as a Marvel film, it works as just a movie in general. It works on so many levels, and I highly, highly recommend you see this film. Yeah, gets an A+ from me. So, there you go. I'm the C-Man235, signing out.